Yes, people, welcome back to Never a Foul. Please make sure you do two things. Obviously, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe as well, because we have news after the whole year of 2023. Manchester United have progress in the ownership. So Jim Ratcliffe is set to buy 25% of the football club and have control of the sporting side of things. But how are we feeling as Manchester United fans? Is he the person we wanted? We're going to talk about football right now. Joined by Cass, of course. Man United fan with me. Initial thoughts, first of all, when you saw the news that Jim Ratcliffe was going to come in and get 25% of the football club.
Yeah, I just wanted to be alone. I just wanted to be alone in bed, like literally just curl under the covers while it's all cold.
It's happened very
That-
fast, didn't it?
Yeah, that's just how it felt, man. Just cold, like how the weather is today.
Mm.
Cold. I had Monts ringing me up. I think I got 4 missed calls from Monts. Didn't answer it. They want to answer from no one. It was a cold day.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Winter is coming.
Yeah, do you know what? It's mad. It happened so fast. Obviously, we got the news from Fabrizio that Sheikh Jazim put his bid in to 100% by the club, get rid of the debt, build infrastructure around Manchester, the new training ground, new facilities. And then within the 12 hours, I'd even say, it was, Jim Ratcliffe is set to buy 25% of the football club. Just before we go into Jim Ratcliffe even more, how did you feel, when the Sheikh Jassim one came out? Because when I did, I was out and about. I weren't even active, but I came back to my phone, checked my phone, saw WhatsApp popping off, by the way. Group chats at me as well and that. And I was like, something's happening here. Saeed even messaged me, are you free for an hour? And I was like, that means something's happened. You're not messaging me on a weekend, are you free for an hour? Went on my phone, saw the positive bit of Sheikh Jassim, 100% bid, blah, blah. The last line, he's now withdrawn. I was like, like literally, bro. I just stared at my phone for like 3 minutes.
I was looking for every update I could find and hoping like, nah, Fabrizio, you're only a transfer man.
Yeah.
Please don't do this to me. Don't do this
Real
to me.
talk, man. It hurt. Like I felt like that was like when you sign a big player and they fail the medical, that crushing feeling. That's how it felt, man. I was ready for Sheikh Jassim. I thought when I read all that, I thought it was gonna go through, and then the last line just killed me. And that is journalism at its best. I'm not even gonna lie. Fabrizio sucked me in and blew me out like a candle.
Boy, pause.
Yeah,
I even if it is, I'm just gonna say it just in case someone in the comments like, bro, Ty, what you
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Pause, man.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that how you felt when you first saw the Sheikh
Yeah,
Jassim
'cause
one? Were you like it's over? Did you feel like we're finished?
Yeah, no. What you mean? I tweeted that.
Yeah.
Not only did I feel that, I tweeted that. I said, Ten Hag, just pack your bags, mate. It's done. Project over. This, that, and the other. Blah blah blah. And obviously, as a United fan, you're emotional as what it is because you just want to be successful. You want to compete.
Yeah. Wanna have the best.
etc. etc. Yeah, you want to be at the top, and obviously through what we know through social media itself, that Sheikh Jassim was the most viable offer because he wanted 100% of the club. You wanted to build a facility straight away. You wanted to put the stadium in place straight away. Debt gone straight away. Cash flow straight to the Glazers bank. All of that. And then, no, that hasn't been the case. Now what I don't understand is the offer they're getting through Ratcliffe. This is one part. I'm going to play pros and cons to this because we have to. So I'm going to talk different angles, right? To make this not seem all doom and gloom because rivals are laughing at us right now.
Yeah.
They are laughing. They're making videos. They knew what would happen if we got that. But then again, there's no evidence to suggest that even if Sheikh Jassim came in, it would be nice, pretty infrastructure that it's going to go correctly, right? So what was I going to say again? Along the lines of
Jim Ratcliffe's offer
of 1.5 billion or whatever it may be.
25%, just to be clear.
What is that 1.5 billion? Where is that going? Is that going into their bank account, or is he going to start putting his own cash into putting the infrastructure? Like, what is this offer for exactly?
Well, obviously, it's for 25% of the football club.
So that's going straight to the Glazers.
I believe so, yeah.
So when it comes to building the stadium and facilities,
put extra money.
He's gonna have to put his own money into it.
Yep. Which I believe, if it's me, if I look at it, Jim Ratcliffe himself has obviously got his net worth is 7 or 8 billion, but the company obviously
his worth is hench.
Is Ineos, yeah. Which I feel like a lot of the money is probably going to come from Ineos because obviously he's getting 25%. The sporting infrastructure is what we want to see change, the facilities, the training ground and stuff like that. But then little things, like we said, Sheikh Jassim wanted to get rid of the debt straight away. You're going to have 25% of the club, going to put 1.5 billion in. You're going to have to then spend your money to improve the infrastructure and stuff. But the debt remains, so we're still going to have that cloud.
So once he starts putting in his money into the club, eventually the deal would be for what he gets on Thursday. Ultimately, the meetings on Thursdays to say he gets control of sporting sides of things, and also eventually he takes over the club maybe within a time period, and he'll pay off a certain amount of money over a time period. And that's the only way I
Do
can
you think
think
on
of it.
Thursday we get anything revealed about how they're looking to clear the debt or where the debt's
Well,
going to go?
that's the easiest thing there. That is the all right. Let's try to dive into what we know and what facts it is.
Mm.
He's in bed with the Glazers, which is not what we wanted. But if you had this deal last year without Sheikh Jassim in the room at all, then
You're taking it.
you're taking it, bro.
Yeah.
If you like it or not, as a Man United fan, you have to back the situation. You have to get behind that process and that project and see where it goes and have a little bit of optimism, because guess what? You don't have a choice.
Yeah,
right? You don't have a single choice, and as much as people might say, "Oh, we always have a choice." No, we don't. You've been calling Glazers out for how many years? 18 years.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. So all of that stuff doesn't matter. So you're gonna have to see and be optimistic about it, the situation. So all I know that the debt is gonna get pushed into Ineos, which most companies actually do or most people, businessmen do anyway. They push the debt into their own companies and so forth. They'll pay it off bit by bit. Obviously, it will come from Man United, especially, or whatever situation they want to handle it. It's up to them. And then Man United is debt free. Regardless, we're going to be debt free. As far as I know.
Eventually.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Hopefully.
So the process is going to be a lot slower. And that's another fact.
Yeah.
Another fact is there's not many facts. If I'm being honest, it's like we're so under the cosh about it. It's like we don't know the ins and outs. The only thing we know is the sporting control, which in my eyes is a W.
Yeah, it's a good thing. At the end of the day, it's like in a normal working place. If you're doing sick at your job at work, but then your manager or the people that are the directors above it are not really showing the signs of where the company's progressing, or they're trying to support you in that sense, then you're not going to feel that great work in there. So if you're a player and you're coming into new training facilities, you're coming into an actual sporting director, they're trying to oversee the things at the top now to try and make it a better place to be, work as footballers, and also improve the team. You know, I think his big thing that Jim Ratcliffe's coming in and said is, one, the training facilities, redevelopment potential of Old Trafford, and an overhaul of players, ins and outs, which we know we need to do now. On the board, because obviously they've said already, John Murtagh and
Richard Arnold's not safe.
Richard Arnold are not safe. So the things that they want to come in and initially do, I think, are the right things, because I think they're the fastest things they can do to impact the club are improve the training facilities, improve the squad in and out, change the board upstairs, because at the end of the day, if you can get it turning from upstairs, then, you know, the bus will move. A bus don't move without the wheels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, man. Word to Michael Owen for that one, Sherlock Holmes. But again, it's like, I know he's trying to get Paul Mitchell in as well as a director of football. That's just one name. Yeah. But again, we don't. As a United fan, this is all hopium, because we're so used to PR spins. We're the master at PR spins. You know, we got players that are master of PR spins, aka Rashford and Maguire. It's so easy to put a spin on anything. It's like, is this just another one of those? See, we don't know too much. If we're being realistic about it, we don't know too much about Ratcliffe.
What we do know,
social media has made him out to be broke. He's not broke, bro.
No.
His cash might be not as much as the next one person, but guess what? Yeah. His business is rich.
Yeah.
If he wants to put something on, shift money from one business to another part of the module, then guess what? It's gonna happen. One thing I'm gonna say here is, like, we're gonna have to think of the pros of the situation. Right, and even if you're a rival listening to this, which you're going to be, you have to accept the fact that he owns Mercedes and F1. Yeah, so he owns 33% of that model, right? And that has been successful for a while. And now, obviously, Red Bull are on top, but it's always going to be a shift. You're never on top for too long. It's always going to be a shift. So you own something successful. It's not like he's a bum. They're going to say Nice. Look at Nice. The fans want them. How many fans did you actually talk to? None. I guarantee a lot of these are saw what people are going to say from one fan. Yes, I don't think 3 years have been great, the greatest years of Nice.
But they're having a better season.
But now they're having a better season
4,
now. They got better players there now. And all of a sudden, they're not complaining no more. So, and now it's a learning curve, which you can compare to Todd Bowley, where you can say his first year and a little bit that his structure at Chelsea is going to be a lot longer term, because he got the first year very wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not being funny, but someone that proclaims to be a lifelong Man United fan, you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is, because we need to see that.
And I think as well, one thing, if he is a lifelong Man United fan, he's been reading and seeing what the Glazers have been doing to this football club, not listening to the fans either, not wanting to sell. I want him to come in and be a bit more, should I say, give us more.
Demanding?
Interact with us more. You know, speak to us direct. Say about your plans. Have a bit more of a, a club and fan relationship. Because if you're a fan yourself, then surely you would want that if you were looking at it from the outside. So I'm hoping he can come in and do that. Because them small little things, Cass, can go a long way. And like you said, he's been at Nice already. And yes, he's had ups and downs at Nice in France at the moment. They're having a better season. But he's got hands-on experience of running a football club. And I know they're not the size of Manchester United, but still, it is a football club in the top division of France.
Yeah, so I'll give another pro to it. The fact is that now we will have a feeder club. Talent of ours can go loaned over there to a top French club, and the talent that's coming over there that might be really good can come over to us. That's one part.
Can I say another part on
Don't
that?
say Kefren Turam.
No, but I was going to say Todibo. See you in the summer.
Well, that's probably January.
Yeah.
Because he said he wants to take over directly straight away, right? So that can happen. That transfer can happen. But I'm just saying along the lines of, I'm just trying to think of any positive that's possible, right? So if we know anything about him, he said something about when it came to Americans. Don't quote me on this. This could be this ain't word for word, but he was talking about community before when he first got involved. Someone, a spokesperson, saying when it comes to like British Billion, it's all about community and all that kind of stuff. Which it technically is. Look at West Ham and everything and what they do, etc., etc. But when you looked at Americans, it's more commercial based. So what's he going to do for the community around, you know, the west side of Manchester, around Salford, Trafford, etc., etc.? See, it's more than just a football club. It's about the people.
The whole thing.
It's about the it's about what you can do for the area, because there's a lot of area to be built on, and there's a lot of rubble down in the east west side of Manchester. So I want to see something along those lines as well. And even though I'm not from Manchester, it's not the point, right? It's somewhere where I love going, and the people around there are great. So the people in Manchester are super friendly to me. And even though some don't agree with, obviously, us where we've got different accents, they're not all like that.
Yeah.
Not everyone's a dickhead. But anyway, so we'll see about that. And that's the optimism you have to hope towards, that it will make that change. But let's talk about some of the cons. Is he going to be like another Glazer? That's the way the media's perceived it to be. How long is the process of the Glazers going to get out?
Yep.
That's another thing. Are they going to stay in total? That's another thing.
They own 75% still.
Are the Glazers even going to accept that his demands that he wants sporting control? That's another thing.
Find out Thursday.
Find out Thursday to see if that offer even gets accepted, because it hasn't been accepted, right? And also, it's like, have you learned anything from your experience in France? Have you really learned? Because you got a model that's great somewhere, but is it going to be great elsewhere? Yeah. So that's one part. So that's all the cons I can think of with Ratcliffe.
You've kind of summed it up all in one. And I think the big thing for me as well is when I look at it, is the two ones that come to my head is what's going to happen with the debt. I want a clear clarification what's going to happen with that, because I feel like that's a big cloud hanging over our head and sort of impacting us in ways on and off the pitch. And then the second one is obviously, like you said, with the Glazers, it's a gradual takeover. 25% for a gradual process. Is the process going to be 5 years? Is it going to be 7 years? Is it going to be 10 years? And also, we've got to remember, it's not just me, if I'm a Glazer that owns the football club. There's me and 5 others. Is it going to be a process of 2 Glazers leave in 2 years, 4 Glazers leave in 4 years, you know, all the Glazers leave in the next 6 years? Or is it going to take 10 years? Because, you know, there's like Joel and Avram, I think, that are the two main ones that are part of the football club, and the others are not really that interested. But, you know, how long is this process going to take? Because they are going to oversee a lot of things.
And let's talk about other pros and cons of another situation. It's more like, the whole thing is like Arabs want to succeed in it. Yeah. Arabs, people from the Middle East and stuff like that. Let's go off some of the models that haven't succeeded so far, right? Is the Newcastle one is up and coming. We yet to know. That's a new thing. But as far as we know, they're doing things good, right? And they're doing good business, etc., etc. Other than that Tonali situation, whatever you want to take, how you want to take it. Yeah. PSG's model hasn't been successful.
Domestically, they always wanted to win the Champions League.
Yeah. Let's call it like that. So on that part, they've owned them for a while now, it hasn't been successful, bro. Ultimately, if you ain't won a Champions League under new ownership in the next 15 years at a top club or whatever, it's not successful, bro. It's whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. Yes, you can go dominate domestically all you want, whatever. We go look at Malaga, who's actually owned by another Qatari, right? Not successful, bro. Not done there. The only one that has gone by is the Manchester City model. And you could even extend Man City's part to, yes, they got a great board and everything. Don't get me wrong. Perfect, bro. Look what they've done. You can't say a bad word on Manchester City's board model because of what they've done for the people of Manchester as well. But is that more down to the board having something successful in place? Yes. But they got the greatest manager in the world. So obviously people are going to look at Arabs and think, like, yes, partnership. Of course. So, and now you look at other ownerships that aren't Arabs, like has a good sporting model right now as we currently speak. FSG did have one, but it doesn't look like it's financially enough stable. Now that's one American. Another American ownership that looks like it's on its way up is the Cronkies, Arsenal sporting project. You know, they're getting it right. let's see if they can go and do something. It doesn't mean they're not going to win multiple titles. That's still an unknown entity. It's just a fact of recent. Obviously, people want more cash because they want to do more in the Premier League, but that doesn't ultimately mean you can do anything with the cash.
And then you've
I
got
think
Todd
it's
Bowley,
easy.
who's gone
And then
the
Todd B, we yet to
long-term
see.
route where he spent loads of money initially to try and get
Yeah.
loads of players in, but you know, in 3, 4, 5 years, the success could be there.
Yeah, so my whole idea is we don't know, even if we did get the Sheikh Jassim, or Sheikh Jassim, if that's how you say his name correctly, is will he have put anything in place correct enough for us to succeed? Again, an unknown entity, people that have not run business, a footballing model, but he might have had people in place that might have had experience, but who knows? Again, that's why it's good to be optimistic as a United fan with this situation and give it some sort of chance. And because you know what, without Glazers being in charge of some decisions, let alone the sporting decisions, is a W in itself, and anything is better than those.
I agree with you. I agree with you in that sense, because I just wanted someone to come in who actually cares about the football club. And I think the big thing as well with Sheikh Jassim is that that's the person I wanted to come into the football club. Because yes, I know he's obviously got a lot of money. I'm going to be honest about it. He would have cleared the debt. The cash was there for 100% takeover, and I would have felt that there was immediate change. But like you said, it doesn't mean that it guarantees success on the pitch. But I felt like whoever had the most money, I was going to be most entertained by, because I just want them people to come in and get rid of the Glazers 100%. But the truth is, we've got 25% in Jim Ratcliffe. He wants to have control of the sporting side of things. And for me to have the most initial impact, it is to take over on the sporting side. But the thing is, we've just got to be patient. As Man United fans, sometimes we want everything, but you can't get everything all at once. And, you know, it's going to be a gradual change, but I'm hoping it's going to be the right change, especially if he cares about the club like we do. So, yeah, man.
There's nothing else about to say is watch this space and watch it with optimism. Let's see if they say he's going to take direct control straight away. Let's see what decisions happen within the next few weeks then, because boy, we need a good January. If you want to survive this season, or let alone make it somewhat successful, and in the recent success of years is to get top 4 and maintain your Champions League position, and then go from there in the summer.
Yeah.
That's the way I can say it.
Even if he comes in and puts a proper plan in place for the summer, and we know we
need a clear plan.
We're going in there. I just want to have a clear plan, a clear vision, proper interaction with the fans. But yes, I am a bit, because obviously what I wanted, I didn't get. However, there's no point moaning. Like my dad says, if the milk's spilt, just clean it up. You can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
because you know what? Rivals laughing are not even Man City fans. There's typically other rival fans, but they all want to bed in with Arabs as well. People that got the most money in the world.
People want
and the
most
thing
money,
is,
that's it.
It doesn't mean Man United not going to be a top model. We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Right? So
a lot of unknowns in this.
There's a lot of unknowns in this. The only people that we really want to beat, it's not the Liverpools of the world and all that. It's to be on top of Manchester City, which is it's going to be a hard case to overcome.
They're the best club to look at, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
In terms of the world football right now. But yeah, that is Manchester United for now. Of course, it's going to be a meeting on Thursday to see if Jim Ratcliffe can get it fully over the line, which is a 25% ownership, with head of the sporting side of things as well, which he then wants to take control of the training facilities, the ins and outs of the football club, supporting Ten Hag, and hopefully building something better for that community.
I've got a new name, man. I've got a new name. Call me Sir Cascliffe. Yeah. Yeah, that's got a nice ring.
Well, hopefully Ratcliffe doesn't make us fall off a cliff. People, make sure you like and subscribe. It's never a foul. Leave your comments down below as well. Let us know if you're happy with this 25% in the overhaul and what you think it means, because we're willing to give it time, because if you don't know what's going to happen, sometimes you've got to wait and see what happens. Thank you.